Okay, so this is my 6 week on the Carnivore Diet update. I was supposed to do this 2 days ago, but been working 60 hours a week. As you see, I'm going into work now, very tired, but it is what it is. So it wasn't a bad week, even though my caption is like with the weight gain and everything. I'll explain all that. But I just wanted to say again, my husband will be joining me. We're going to be doing this as a couple. And he comes into town. Let's see, today is Friday. He comes in a week from tomorrow. So we'll probably start videos maybe like a week after that. I don't know if he's going to be ready to start as soon as he gets here. But this be like his orientation week for where we are traveling together here in California. And I think he should start, obviously, the very first day, only for the simple fact that it will give him any detox effects, keto flu, things like that, while he's going through orientation, where there's not as much pressure on him, things like that. So I think that, hopefully he'll start that first week that he comes in. But anyway, that's that update. So for me, I didn't gain a lot. I actually only gained 0.2, but I didn't lose. And I don't weigh myself every day like I did the first 3 or 4 weeks, and noticing all these different subtle changes. I think it's just because I've been so exhausted trying to get an apartment for my husband and I and other things. So I've been really, really busy. And I just noticed earlier, so last week, Wednesday, would have been my 5 weeks. So then I think it was Friday and Saturday. I remember being at work. And luckily, I always bring a little extra food because I was starving. It was the weirdest thing. It was 2 days, maybe a little bit on the third day, where I just felt I was starving all day. I just was constantly and I would go and I would eat till I was full. Or have a snack, and then even a snack would, I'd be good. Not that I would feel full, but I didn't feel hungry anymore. But an hour or two later, I was starving again. And this just continued for those couple of days. And I'm like, I'm not even going to weigh myself. Gosh, I'm thinking I've gained, a whole bunch. But I didn't, like I said, I didn't even have time to think about weighing myself. But I don't know if it's a metabolic change going on. I don't. All I know is then after those 2 days, ever since then, so I want to say, so that had to be Friday, Saturday, maybe into Sunday. Around Monday, Tuesday, I was busy with getting the apartment, busy with all sorts of stuff. I really felt like I needed to sleep, and I couldn't. I was very restless sleeping on my 2 days off. And then Wednesday, it was Wednesday and yesterday and even today, I am beyond exhausted. It's not my normal exhaustion, you're working and you're tired. This is almost like a healing sleep. And when I would heal in the past, because I've done a lot of healing throughout the years for my liver and things like that I've had problems with, I would have what's called a healing sleep, where I would legit pass out, just pass out cold no matter where I was. And sometimes I'd sleep at night for 13, 14 hours. And those don't happen as much, but afterwards, I always feel so good for a couple days afterwards. And I just haven't had the time to sleep because of my working 12-hour shifts and everything else. And I was on break yesterday talking to my husband, and I legit was gonna fall asleep talking to him and just sitting there at the table. I'm like, I'm gonna have to break my lunch a little early, get up, walk around, because I just was just gonna pass out. And got home, took a shower. Normally I would maybe have a snack, sometimes not. I passed right out. So, but again, not enough sleep, just because of, well, like I said, 12-hour shifts. So, and then this coming Monday and Tuesday that I have off, I will be packing and moving. So I'm getting the apartment ready for when my husband comes. So I'm not really going to have time to sleep. Um, I just feel, I'm just exhausted. And I think it's just part of that healing is maybe my body not allowing the fat to come off, making me hungry so I don't metabolize my fat, because as we know, we store toxins in our fat cells. And I think my body is like, okay, we can't process anymore. I don't know. I'd have to look at I was talking to my husband. I said, for the metabolic process of breaking down your toxins that are in your fat cells, do your body, he thinks like maybe the body reabsorbs it if you're not flushing them out. And I've been drinking a ton of water. But that doesn't mean that I'm actually flushing the toxins out or enough of the toxins out with all the fat loss. And so, I don't know if my body just needed a break this week, and so it just wanted me to eat more. Today, I don't feel as hungry, but I have been a little more hungry than usual prior to those couple of ravenous days. So I don't know what that means, but I'm just kind of eating when I'm hungry. Sometimes I can't because of work. I can't just go and take a break. So like last night I was hungry. But I didn't have time. And then by the time I got back to the house, I was like just tired and just fell asleep. I woke up this morning though I wasn't hungry. So again, not sure what all the signals mean. I don't know what to do with all of that, but I don't think it's a bad thing. It's just my thing. And I've been really trying hardest to get away from the dairy. I still feel like that's affecting me. I still feel like that's an inflammatory response I'm having. I still have a little bit of swelling in my legs. And at 6 weeks, I would think some of that would have gone down. But it's still the same. I've always had it for years and years. I always just attribute it to my liver and just being overweight. I had the indentations where my socks are, things like that. And I'm still getting that. So I struggle with letting go of dairy. I just have the last many weeks. I've been trying to. Even though I have like raw dairy, I have it available to me. It's also affecting me. So I'm trying. It's just, sometimes I just crave that dairy. So I don't know. I mean, it's just one of those things. I just have to kind of just one week just give it up, and for like 2 weeks, and tell myself, okay, for 2 weeks, and then see how I feel. And if I'm feeling better, kind of like with the diet, I'm gonna stay away from it. That's my hope. But again, I think I have to get off these 60-hour weeks, go back down to my 48 hours, and see what I can do on those weeks, and see if I had the strength to stay away from the dairy, at least for that time, and then go from there. And so, but anyway, that's my 6-week update. Nothing too exciting. Just like I said, no weight loss. But like I said, my energy levels are just fluctuating. I have the energy to work my 60 hours, so that's good. But the exhaustion with this healing type thing, I'm not really sure. Still not exercising as much like I should. Hopefully that will change. So like I said, I think I just got to change around what I'm eating and incorporate more fats and eat less dairy and see where that takes me with my energy. So see you next week for the 7-week update.